show you how to make a drop-down menu in your Google Sheets that changes color. This is something that I have used for a long time with the drop-down menu and having your options there for you to pick from, and then adding the color coordination part is super simple using the data validation rules within Google Sheets. So what I've done is created a duplicate of what I wanted, and this one here matches with the Little Learners Love Literacy structured literacy assessments that my school is using. So I made this one for myself. So let me just remove this rule here to show you how it would work. So you've created your template, and say for example you want these to have a drop down menu for you to choose between, which is a great way of having multiple options for you to navigate from, and it could be something linked to spelling or your assessment or anything that you want you can make into a drop down menu. So to do that, you want to start in your first box here, which is line B4, and I'm going to come to data, and then I'm going to click data validation. And it's going to come up here with some rules, and at the moment my data doesn't have any rules, so I need to create one. So I click on add rule, and then it automatically changes it to drop down menu. So down here there's a whole lot of things that you can change from. You can drop down from a range, drop down, have the rule match a particular text and things like that, but for this one I just want it to be drop down. And then this is where you can insert your items. So let's say hats, these could be anything, ball, pen, and let's do table. Okay, these would be where you'd put your options here for you to choose between. And then next to it, this is where you can change the color, and so when you click on it, it would change to a different color. Looks beautiful. And then over here you'll see them appear in the box just here. And then if I want it to run all the way across, so I want each of these to have the same rule and drop down that it can change between, then over here I need to tell it that's what I want. So after where it says B4, which is this cell here, the cell you've got selected, you then do semicolon, and then you want to do this cell here, which is F4. So you do capital F4 and you click done, or you can click enter, and then it will generate it across. And so now each of them have the same rule within the box. Now I just clicked away from it because I didn't click save. So let's just try that again. So this one here is the one with it. I need to just change that back. So if you don't save it, it will change to the value to the cell that you've got selected, which wasn't a good start, Jordan. So let's just do that. And then you want to click on done, and then it will save what you've got there. So you'll see them appear just down there. Now you can change the look of those down here under your advanced options, and then you can change the display. So at the moment that's called chip. You can change it to arrow or just plain text. I quite like the arrow one. And then when you click on it, it will simply change it to the item that you're after from the drop down menu. And so then you can easily see what they're working on. So for this one here, you can see where they are, maybe where some gaps or improvement is, and you can add in lots of multiple options, and then it will change it to the color. So there's no real limit in terms of how many things you want to add to your drop down. For the moment, I've got how many on this one? All of those, and I can still add more. And then you can change the color at any time. You can customize your color, and it shows you like a preview of what it's going to look like. So say I wanted like purple, then it's going to come up with purple. And you can do that for all of your cells all the way across. Now, in order to do the whole lot, so say for example, see you've only got these 5 here, but say I want it to go all the way across to here, right? So I'm going to look for the cell that it's starting on, which is B4, and then the cell that it's finishing on, which is U4. Okay, otherwise it's not going to go all the way across. So I come back to data validation, and there could be an easier way of doing this, but this is just the way that I've figured it out. And then over here you're going to change that to the U, because that was the U. click on enter and done. And then now I've got the drop downs going all the way across, which is great. And then obviously you want them to go down as well for depending on how many children you've got. And so to do that, you need to change this again. So I sort of did this in stages so that I knew what I was doing and making sure that I was inputting the right information, because I'm still learning with this. But the drop down menu is something that I've always used, that particular feature. The color coding and usually the manual input, sometimes it just takes me a little bit longer to remember how to do it and to rejig it. So up here in your little combination thing here, this is where you can put in like another number, and then it will run all the way down to the line that you're after. So it's stopping me on line 99, and it goes all the way across for how many kids I want. So say if you've only got 20 kids, you would just type in 20, and then it will hopefully input that into your algorithm. There we go. And now it's generated it back up to 20. So you can make it go as low down as you wanted to in your Google Sheets, or as far across as you wanted. And then it's super simple. You just literally formulate through. And then if you wanted to add some more, you could add some more as you go on, depending on like the time of the year or whatever. Always click done, and then you'll see that the new item is there as well. So I hope this has helped you to be able to create your own drop-down menu for your classroom and for your own Google Sheets that you've got.